Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and you can see today I have a massive smile on my face because I've been waiting for this launch for such a long time, ever since I saw Patrick talking about the new product and the brush that comes with it. I just couldn't wait until he releases. So I'll be showing you a demo of these two products together, and I'll also be comparing them to other makeup products that I have that are kind of similar. So you can see the main differences. So let's go ahead and get started. So here is a close-up of the product, and the packaging is absolutely amazing. I love that rose gold color that it has, and from the inside you get this amazing big mirror. So you get the cream color on top and the powder product underneath, and the cream color has this little plastic so it can protect the cream color from the bronzer and all of like the dirt and everything else. And if I compare the Major Sculpt with the Double Take cream and powder blush, you can see the Major Sculpt is just a little bit bigger. So here is a close-up look on the Patrick Ta contour brush, and as you can see it has the amazing fan shape. The handle has that same rose gold color, which I absolutely love, and the brush itself has synthetic hairs, and it's also a bit dense, which is perfect. It will help us to really blend out the contour. So you can see I've already done my foundation, my concealer, and I'm ready to use the color straight away on my face. So I'll dip the brush in my cream contour first. So as a guide for my cream contour application, I like to keep it as high as possible so it can lift the face. So in that case, I like to go from the center of the ear and downwards, and that will give me the best shape for my face. So just literally pushing the brush, and you can see that it straight away gives me that amazing payoff, and it is a little bit more in the gray side. It's meant to give you a little bit of shadow and more depth to the cheeks. So just having the brush laying on the face, and as I'm blending upwards, and then just very gently I'm buffing it upwards. And you can see the texture of the actual product is very blendable. It's very easy and very sheer, so there's not any harsh lines or any heavy contouring on the skin, which is exactly how I like the contour to be. And then just with the side part of the brush, I'm literally blending it upwards, and you can see it hasn't moved any of my foundation. My foundation is still there. It looks amazing, and this just adds amazing depth to the face. I'll continue with taking some onto my forehead, and I use very little contour in that area because I have quite a small forehead. And now for the other side, I'll repeat the exact same process. You can also use the brush, from both sides. So just play with it, see what works better for you, but both ways are really easy to use. So gently in the hollows of the cheeks and going upwards. So always try and go as high as possible, just so you can get a little bit of a lift to the face. Now, although this is the palest color in the range, I still find that it does show up on my skin really well, but without making it look heavy, which is what I really love. And remember, whenever you use powder contour on top of cream contour, it just always makes it look a little bit darker. So I'm moving now to the powder side, and I'm using my MAC 168 brush, which has a bit of an angle. And just on top of the cream contour, I'll start to tap that in just very lightly. Just remember, when you're doing this technique, just don't swipe, so only tapping motions, so you can mold the cream and the powder together and not have any like sticky areas or anything that is unblended. A little bit on my forehead, so again just tapping it in. And just repeating the same exact on the other side. I would suggest when you're applying your powder bronzer is to use something that is not too dense and not too short. So a brush like this would work perfectly well. And nice and big motions, taking it from down upwards, and that will be more than enough. Another good way is that if you put your brush exactly where the contour ends and just lift it up, and you're blending very gently but upwards, and that will just help to lift your face even more. I'll go back to my cream bronzer and just use a bit onto my jawline, but just the tiniest amount, and blending it downwards. And the tiniest amount around my nose area, so very, very little. And now going back with the powder and just literally setting that in. So now that I have both cream and powder contour, I really love the effect. I don't know if you can see from the camera, but it looks very natural, very effortless. There is no harsh line, it just melts straight away onto the skin. It really looks like skin and I'm so happy with it so far. So the texture on the cream contour was very silky, it was very lightweight, so it blends out instantly and very easily. And the powder contour, although it looks matte on the pan, when I put it on my face, it just has a little bit of that really beautiful satiny finish, like it had a tiny bit of glow, but without, you know, seeing any shimmer or sparkle. Like, it looks absolutely amazing. Now for some blusher and a little bit of flush in the face, I'm going to use the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, and this is the most beautiful peachy tone with a little bit of shimmer, and I'm using my Bobbi Brown sheer powder brush to apply, and literally just applying the tiniest amount in the center of my cheeks, just to add a little bit of flush, and it just ties in with the rest really well. I love it. And to finish off my look and powder my skin a little bit, I'll use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade number 1, and just in the areas that I get more oily, I'm just tapping that inwards. And I'm also going to sharpen the contour just slightly, so I'll use some of this powder underneath the contour. So now for some comparisons to the major Sculpt, the one that is maybe the most popular one is the Huda Beauty Tantour, and this is in the shade Fair. Just in the pan you can see that the Tantour in Fair and She's Statuesque from Patrick Ta, although they are the two palest shades in the range, you can see how different they are and how much darker the Huda Beauty Tantour is. I'm going to swatch it on my hand so you can see what I mean. So the difference is obvious. The one that is darker is the Tantour and the other one is the Patrick Ta Major Sculpt in She's Statuesque. And you can see that the Huda Beauty one is way darker, and although it's the fairest color in the range, even for myself, whenever I wanted to use the Huda Beauty one, I would just have to be so careful with the amount of product I was using. The other difference is that the texture of the Huda Beauty one is a lot more pigmented, and of course it's a little bit thicker than the Patrick Ta one. So another product I would like to compare to the Patrick Ta one is the Fenty Beauty Stick. This is in the shade Mocha. So this one is the Fenty Beauty one, and then we have the Huda Beauty one and the Major Sculpt, and you can see already that the Fenty one is even darker and it's even less creamy than both the Huda Beauty one and the Patrick Ta ones. I don't find myself reaching out for the Fenty Beauty one at all because it's very drying and I find it difficult to blend. Although I really like the Tantour, I do find, as I said before, is that the color is a little bit too dark, and I like a very sheer contour and I prefer something that I can work with a lot easier. But what I'm really happy about is now with the Major Sculpt, I wouldn't have the issue. I can just take, you know, a few layers at a time, blend them in and make them look very effortless. And now for the powder product, the only one I can compare it to was one of my favorite products. You might have seen me use this many times, and this is the Hourglass Ambient Lightening Powder in the shade Radiant Light. And again, it has more of that golden color. I'll just swatch both so you can see the difference. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Lightening color in Radiant Light. You can see it has that shimmer and that warmth, like it's more of a golden kind of bronzer. And this one here is the Patrick Ta powder product. So you can see it's just a little bit warmer, but the texture on the face, when I put both on, they look very similar. I love both. I'm so excited about the Patrick Ta Major Sculpt because I really think it's major. It's an absolutely amazing product. I think there was a massive gap in the market for something like this, which is compact, it's pretty, it has the mirror, you get two products in one, which is great. The blendability was amazing. The cream color melts away on the skin, and I love the powder product. It just looks very beautiful on the skin. It gives that right amount of warmth. And I love the fact that it looks natural on the skin. If you're not very good with contouring, then I think this is a very good start for you because you get both colors. They both work in harmony together and they look really beautiful on the skin. I found that it didn't emphasize any texture or any pores. It was super easy to blend and they both work together really, really well. So if you've been looking for something like this, or you were thinking about it, or you've seen Patrick Ta use it and you were wondering if it was good, it's definitely really, really beautiful product. So now that I've tried this one and I really like it, I do want to buy the other two colors in the range so I can add it in my kit and have all three together. As a makeup artist, it will work really well and it will be much easier to carry, like almost 6 products in just 3 compacts. So I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with my purchase. For the brush, I have to say I really, really liked it. As you saw, it just blended away my contour very easily. It's mainly just meant to use it on the cream contour, which is absolutely fine because this was the only way I was planning to use this brush. I think it's great. It works amazing. So really, really nice brush and really nice combo with the Major Sculpt. I would love to know if you plan on getting this product or if you have anything else that is similar and you absolutely love it. Make sure to share it with me in the comments below. I always love taking recommendations. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I would really appreciate you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you in my next video.